tutorial is going to help you get the most out of the Great Falls Public Schools calendar. You can go to our main web page and click on calendar, and there are a couple of ways to get there. Just Google GFPS or Bing it, and it should pop right up. Or you can just say GFPS calendar. And there's the master calendar. I just Googled it. Okay, when I'm on the calendar, you'll see that there are all different kinds of calendars here, from schools, or I can hit back to our district meetings and events, music programs. So the first thing you'll want to do is find the calendar that you want to work with, and I just click on it, and that calendar shows up here. Notice I could put check marks in several calendars at once if I want to see more than one. Then I want to call your attention to these little icons over here on the side. And what these icons are export, add an event, subscribe, print. Now printing, you could get a whole long thing. You can see this in list view. We can look by day, week, month, or even year. So let's say I wanted to export a list of all of these. I can just click on this export, and I can open and see an Excel spreadsheet with every single event from the day, the week, or the year, or whatever I chose as my default. And then I could save that to my desktop or wherever I wanted to save it. If I wanted the list view, if I click on the list view, I'll get a list of all these events, and again, I'm looking at the year. I can easily copy and paste these into Word or something like that if I wanted to, or again, I can just click that export and it will be put into an Excel spreadsheet for me. Let's take a look at a few of the other things that we can do. We can submit an event. So if I want to reserve a room, say at the district offices for a meeting, or put something on East calendar, I can click on the add an event. I can also click here on submit event. So I'm going to click on submit event, and I'm going to get this window open. And it is a little bit tedious, but put in your event title. And at the district offices, you have to put what room you want after the title, so it shows up. What calendar? I want the district events calendar. And this room, then they'll tell you if it's available, but you should look first on the calendar to make sure that somebody else hasn't already reserved it. Put your name in here and the location. So I would repeat that it's in Aspen at the DOB. And these are not required. Anything with an asterisk is required. So I put in my email. And I can leave that date is not important. I put the description of who this is for and what's it about. This is blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then here's my start date and time and my end. So if it's going to be on the September 11th, and then what time is it going to start and end? And what time will it end? And I can pick from a drop down if I don't want to type it myself. You can also do a recurrence if it's going to be every week, for example. Don't forget the audience. And then this custom field, if you have a particular room set up, you need to type room setup in here and then give a description of how you would like the room arranged, and the engineers will make sure that happens for you. If you have any other specific notes, make sure that you give the field a name or else it won't show up on the calendar, and then give your description here. When you're finished, be sure that you preview it first. My email is invalid. It recognized that, huh? Okay. So that you preview it before you submit. So I'm going to preview. Take a look, make sure everything is correct. Then I'm going to close the preview and click submit. When I click submit, that goes to the calendar manager on the particular calendar that I want, and that person will either approve or deny it, and I'll get an email back stating whether it's approved or denied. So that's how you submit an event for the calendar, and that's really helpful than just going to the person at your building and say add this on. That helps them out a lot. So I hope that helped you work with the district calendar.